What's up guys, this is Shelly and welcome back to my channel Shred with Shelly, where I talk about my weight loss journey, losing 100 pounds with no fad diets, no weight loss surgery, and no personal trainer. Today, I'm going to be covering the top 20 most frequently asked questions. I ran a poll on my Instagram recently and I got some amazing questions on there. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right in. I got this fun hat because I thought you guys would appreciate that. Okay, number one, rest. How important is rest and training, or both of them? Okay, multifaceted question, thank you for that. Anonymous. Rest is so important. Recovery is super important. You cannot gain muscle and you cannot improve without allowing your body to rest. I really struggled with this in the beginning because I just wanted to work out all the time, and that's completely natural. You get into a new routine, you want to just keep going, but I assure you, you will not make any progress unless you allow yourself to rest. Now this can be 1 or 2 days a week or more. Just see how you feel and don't push yourself too hard. What is your favorite kitchen utensil? I'm gonna say the NutriBullet. I use the NutriBullet once, if not twice a day. I make smoothies with it. I do all kinds of like ground up herbs and spices to add to like basting and stuff like that. I also do a lot of crushed ice smoothies. So I do like frozen yogurt style things, but NutriBullet is my number one for sure. Oh, this is Muffin, by the way. Oh, she's asleep. That's Muffin the poodle. She might join us a little bit later, but looks like she's napping right now, so. How do I break a plateau? I get asked that a lot. I hit so many plateaus. Check out my weight loss graph. That's real data. So when I weighed in every day, I was going up and down. I would just flatline for months at a time. Your body's undergoing so many different changes. You're gaining muscle, you're likely losing body fat, stuff like sodium intake, hormone levels, even how much sleep you've had can affect your overall mass. Step away from your diet for a couple of weeks, get back into it, see if that helps, and just listen to your body basically. You're gonna hit plateaus, it's completely natural. Do your best to just stay positive and you will get the results that you want. How much cardio do you do? As little as I can. No, I know the benefits of cardio. It's extremely beneficial for cardiovascular health, of course. I really didn't do a lot, if I'm being honest with you guys. In the beginning, I probably did maybe 1 session a week. I didn't do a whole lot of cardio. You can totally lose weight only doing cardio. For me, primarily, I had a lot of loose skin from being overweight. So doing strength training and building muscle really helped to tone that skin out. So I prioritize strength training. Not saying you have to, but very minimal cardio for me. This is kind of fun. This feels like a game show. Maybe we could do this live sometime. How do I get abs? Well, this is a funny one, right? People, when they think about ab workouts, are always thinking about doing endless crunches, doing like scissor kicks, and all those exercises are fantastic, but I prioritized the same techniques as I use to build muscle in other areas of my body, which is progressively overloading my ab muscles, meaning that I'm either doing more sets or more reps every week, or I was doing weighted exercises, so rope pull downs and using plates to add more tension. You've probably heard that saying, abs are made in the kitchen, right? Abs are so dependent, or visible abdominal muscles are so dependent on your diet and your nutrition. You also need to be at a low enough body fat percentage for them to be visible. So good nutrition, good training, you're gonna get those abs, my friend. What else we got? I really wanna wear this hat, but like, I don't wanna mess up what we got going on here. Do you have any loose skin and how do I avoid it? Probably the number one question I get. Yes, I have loose skin on my lower stomach and on my thighs. It doesn't really bother me, and honestly, I stopped worrying about it once I realized it really didn't affect me at all. My only regret is not starting sooner. People also ask if I'm ever going to get it removed. Maybe, maybe not. The only time it really bugs me is when I'm trying to do crunches and it kind of just like gets in the way a bit. Do not let it stop you. It's a natural fact of this process. You're going to have skin because we've lost fat from where that skin was. Don't let it stop you. Stay positive. Don't let that be a reason to not chase your dreams, my friend. What else we got? We are zooming through these, my friends. What supplements do you take? I take creatine monohydrate once a day, 5 milligrams, and just protein powder, basically. I don't go crazy on like the pre-workouts or the stimulants or anything like that. I don't do any kind of BCAAs or like recovery blends. I basically just stick to supplementing protein, whey protein isolate, and a whey protein concentrate. That's it. Oh, and caffeine. Is caffeine a supplement? It might be. All right, how do I get started with my diet? The nutrition was harder for me than the training. And that's the case for a lot of people. It's so hard to go from living a lifestyle where food kind of just fits in where it needs to prioritizing it, day in and day out. So my advice is to start with the quality of what you're eating over the quantity. Don't worry about the quantity right at the start, because for me, I was so hungry trying to cut down from what I was used to eating. So I would just say, look at the quality of the proteins that you're getting. Prioritize lean proteins. You want to avoid processed sugars, avoid alcohol as much as you can, and then just get a lot of fresh produce in there. Then as you get further down the line, you can start to do things like calorie counting and macro counting, if that's what you want to do. Quality over quantity, my friends. Can I eat after 5 p.m.? Well, I'm not your keeper. You can eat whatever you want. Okay, so I assume you're not asking if you're asking me for permission, right? You can eat whatever you want. This is a very, very common myth in the diet world, that you're going to put on weight or not be able to lose fat if you eat after a certain time. False. The only thing that contributes to fat loss and losing body fat is your overall daily calorie intake. To be in a calorie deficit, to lose body fat, we need to be eating less than we are burning. You can eat after 5 as long as you're not going over your daily calorie intake. You can eat whatever you want. Oh, she's stretching. Can you guys see her stretching out? It's so adorable. She is glaring at me. She does not like this process. Let's get back to these questions. Alrighty, here we go. Next question. How long did the whole process take you? Well, it took me 2.5 years to lose 100 pounds, but I feel like I'm still on the journey. I feel that every single day I'm finding things that I can improve on. I set new goals for myself, and I never want to stop the learning process. Alrighty, here we go. Injuries and setbacks. Please talk to us about how you overcame challenges. I had a lot of injuries. I damaged my back last year, so I couldn't work out for about 6 weeks. I've broken fingers. I've had bursitis and tendonitis in my shoulder that's been ongoing for about a year now. I know how hard it is, because you just want to keep going. You're in the middle of a journey and you're feeling inspired and motivated, and maybe you're starting to see results and it's really exciting, and then you get an injury and then you feel like you go 10 steps back. Don't let this overwhelm you. Some of the best work I ever did and some of the best changes I ever made had been after coming back from an injury, because I feel like I had a whole new mind frame coming back after it, and I felt stronger, and I really took on what I learned in that time when I couldn't work out. So I know how hard it is. Start really slow, just be really gentle on your body. And honestly, I've come back stronger every single time. Do you drink alcohol? Why not? I don't. I drink maybe socially once a month now. Prior to losing weight, I was drinking, a couple times a week. I was working in the entertainment industry, so it was a very social job, and part of the gig, going to events and parties with clients and drinking, and it just became like a lifestyle thing for me. I find now, knowing my body so well and being so in tune with it, alcohol messes me up more than anything. I can have cheat meals, I can eat off my plan, I can skip the gym for a couple of days. Nothing messes up my metabolism and my fat loss like alcohol does. Bottomless calories, basically. I shouldn't have to tell you that it's not good for you guys, but you can totally drink socially. Just be aware that it does affect everyone differently. For me, it made the biggest difference, cutting alcohol more than anything else, more than sugar, more than fatty foods, more than processed food, anything. Yeah, alcohol was a huge one for me. So that's my story. Do you have cheat meals? I want to say yes. I just build it into my diet plan. If I want to have burgers one night with my friends, I allow that to happen on, a weeknight or something. And then I'm just really cautious about what I'm doing for the rest of the week. I find that cheat meals, if you have a past of binge eating or you have a negative relationship with food, that can actually be really detrimental. When I tried to do the cheat meal thing during my weight loss journey, it turned into like a bargaining chip for me. So it was like, I'll eat well all week, and you work towards that meal. And then when you have that meal, it feels like a reward, but then I felt worse after eating it, I suppose. If you feel like you might be that kind of person, I would maybe suggest not zoning towards a cheat meal as such. Perhaps just building that into your diet plan and seeing it as just a healthy thing for you to do, both mentally and physically, and not place so much emphasis on that cheat meal. I love this. Have you guys seen this? You probably haven't yet, but it's got like a little spinny thing on it. I can't wait till these questions are out of the hat so I can wear the hat. Really eager to wear the hat. Do you weigh your food? If so, raw or cooked? Very good question. I weigh my food, yes, if I am on a specific diet plan. Like when I was dieting, I was weighing everything and I was weighing it raw. Food can actually vary in weight by up to 30% when it's cooked. It doesn't matter if you weigh raw or you weigh cooked, just stay consistent across the board. Either weigh everything raw or weigh everything cooked. You don't have to weigh food, but it is the only way to be, the only way, did you like that? You don't have to weigh food, but it is the only way to make sure that you are being 100% accurate. All right, do you have a Spotify playlist that I can bounce along to? Bounce along, my friend, yes. My Spotify profile is Shelly Bishop and my playlist is called SWS Beats. Shred with Shelly Beats. Jump on there. I've got some bangers in there that you can bounce along to at the gym. Can you give us some basics for starting our journey? You know how everyone says starting's the hardest part. It really is, because in my mind, I wasn't trying to change one or two things about myself. I was trying to change 15 years worth of lifestyle and habits, and that doesn't happen overnight. My advice is to change a few things. Perhaps just start by cleaning up your diet, drink a lot of water, get enough sleep. You don't have to jump straight in the gym and go nuts and then, you know, become Gordon Ramsay and go crazy in the kitchen. Just change a few little things and you're gonna have a higher likelihood of succeeding. All right, the magic mystery hat. What do we got next? Scales, do you weigh yourself every day? I do. You don't have to. That's my weight loss graph on the screen there. Real data every single day, but as you can see, it's quite deceptive. Some days I went up, some days I went down, some days I just plateaued. I would advise perhaps weighing yourself once a week in the beginning. What we're looking for is an overall trend, and that's when we can start to adjust our diet and exercise plan. So you don't have to weigh yourself every day. Just remember that overall mass is not indicative of your body fat going down. There are so many factors that could be affecting your overall weight. My muscles aren't sore. Does that mean I did not work out properly? No, massive myth, and great question, friend. When we feel muscle soreness after a strength training workout, you may have heard of the term DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. It's when your muscles just get really stiff and crampy and sore. That is generally indicative of doing a workout that has stimulated those muscles in a way that either overloaded them or it put a new kind of stress on them. Just because you're not sore doesn't mean you didn't work out and that you didn't break those fibers down and do a proper workout. So never think that pain is an indication of a good workout, because it is not. How do I get arms like yours? You'd have to cut them off my body. I assume you're talking about growing muscle, growing lean muscle. Eat a lot of protein. Make sure that you are progressively overloading your training, putting more stress on that muscle. Basically just be consistent with it. Try different exercises in your workout plan. I incorporate things like drop sets and supersets into my training to really overload those muscles. That's basically it. Everyone's genetics are going to play a big role in that as well. And make sure you rest really well. All right, let's keep going. One piece of advice you would have given yourself 3 years ago. Ooh, that's deep. Be kind to yourself would be my number one thing, because there were so many times that I injured myself from trying to go too hard. So many times I beat myself up for no good reason, and I feel like I'm still going through a lot of the same battles in terms of body image and in terms of feeling comfortable in my own skin. So if there's one thing that I could just tell myself is that you got a long way to go, friend. Just be nice to yourself. You may as well be kind to yourself if you're on the journey, right? Because you've only got yourself, so be kind. Okay, what if I don't like strength training? Do I have to lift weights to lose weight? No, nope. I just share my journey with the world and I prioritize strength training. You can lose weight doing basically anything if you are in a calorie deficit and you are burning more than you are eating. If you love riding a bike, go ride a bike. If you want to do boxing or like rowing, or you just love running, I don't understand people who love running. You guys are awesome. I'm jealous of you. Just do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you find comfortable. Just make sure you're in that calorie deficit. The magic mystery. I want to like come up with like a little jingle, the magic mystery hat or something, you know? How do you get motivated to start? Motivation. Okay, motivation is very fleeting. I find that action stimulates motivation. I would be walking around trying to find this magic motivation button to press, and it never happened. And I waited for so long to get that spark, and like, I'm just gonna wait till I find that motivation. By doing things and by engaging in action, you then gain motivation from that. So when I started my journey, I literally woke up and tied my shoes up and I walked down to a gym and I walked in for the first time and I was not feeling motivated at all. And I just did a workout. I just went on a cross trainer for like 20 minutes. And then I watched people on the machines in the weights room and did a bit of that and then left. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, ooh, that was really fun. I want to do that again. And then I had this little like spark. I would just say, if you can't find the motivation, let it find you. Just start with action and motivation will follow the action. All right, guys, we got one more here. I have failed so many times. How do I start again? That's a great one to finish on, actually. You will never fail if you refuse to stop. If you refuse to stop trying, you're never going to fail. Get back on that horse. If you fell off the wagon, chase the wagon down, get back on it, because the only way that you will succeed is if you try. You cannot reach the finish line if you don't start the race. Try again, try again until you succeed. All right, I'm gonna wear the hat now. Does this work? It does. Surprise! Look who's here. She hates the hat, I think. I think she really hates the hat. Do you hate the hat? You do? It's two licks means yes. Yeah, you hate the hat. Or one lick that time. Different answer. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more great content and drop a comment below in the box if there are any questions that you want me to answer for you. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time.